Welcome to our very brief discussion of some geometry information. The most important thing that we'll need for our purposes is the Pythagorean theorem, which is built on triangles, right? So we need to remind ourselves of some of the properties of triangles. First and foremost, similar triangles. That just means two triangles that have similar properties. They have ratios that are the same, right? They don't have to be the exact same size and shape. They just have to be the relative same shape. So these two triangles, as you can see, it's kind of hard. You have to rotate one in your mind's eye. That the ratios are the same. By ratios, we mean the lengths of the sides. If we look at this one and do this length over this length, we get 3 over 5. And then if we look at this triangle, we have 6 over 10, and those two things are the same, right? So you can see how the ratios of the lengths of the sides are the same, and that's what it means to be similar triangles, and that's what we need when we're dealing with these ideas. SAS, SSS, you've probably seen these before. It's the idea of figuring out congruent triangles based on side, angle, side, angle, side, side, etc. These theorems just show you the difference between triangles that are congruent versus triangles that are similar. Now up here, similar triangles have common ratios, right? These two triangles are similar, but they're not congruent. To be congruent, they basically have to be identical. The only difference is they don't have to be oriented the same way. Okay, so congruent triangles really is it's the way of saying identical in geometry. So all three lengths have to be exactly the same, and all three angles have to be exactly the same, and then they're congruent. So look at the difference between the two. For side, angle, side, if two sides and the included angle of one triangle are equal to the corresponding sides and the included angle of a second triangle, we know that those two triangles are congruent. However, down below in the similar theorem, it just says if two included sides are proportional and the angles are equal, the two triangles are similar. Well, you don't need to memorize these things. We'll deal with them later. But what you do need to realize is when they're talking about side, angle, side, first and foremost, once you label your angles, right, the capital letters are going to be your angles, then the sides are labeled with small lowercase letters, and they always correspond to the angle opposite them, right? So you see how C is opposite this side over here, so this is little c. And then A is opposite this, so this is little a, and then this is lowercase b. Okay. Side, angle, side means that if you pick a side, let's say we pick B, so we now have this side. Well, then we could pick this angle and this side, and that would be side, angle, side. Or we could have done side, angle, side, right? It just means you have to go in order. This side, this angle, this side. It's the angle in between the two. If we had B and C and then angle B, that's not side, angle, side. That's just two sides and some other angle. And then of course angle, side angle, we do that one in red. That would be like angle, side, angle. See how that works? And then of course side, 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 simple. It's just all three sides. Okay, so the number one thing you need to remember from these when we jump into this stuff in more details later, it's just what it means to be side, angle, side, and angle, side, angle. That'll help you figure out when we start going through more examples. Okay, as I said before, the granddaddy of them all is the Pythagorean theorem. Make sure that you refresh your memory on what it is, how it works, right? It only works with right triangles. You have to have a right triangle. And the number one most important thing to remember, and this is really the only mistake that students ever make, is forgetting that the C is always the hypotenuse. Okay? Doesn't matter which of these you call A and B. as long as the hypotenuse is c. So a squared plus b squared equals c squared only works for right triangles, and it only works when this is the hypotenuse. I hope that's spelled right. And that's it. That's all you need to remember about Pythagorean theorem. Last and probably least, because you don't need to memorize these things, just put them in your notes somewhere, are formulas, general formulas for dealing with area, circumference, perimeter is the same thing as circumference, volume and surface area of various shapes. Obviously, if we're dealing with two-dimensional shapes being this row here, then we can only deal with area, circumference, perimeter, right? And then if we're dealing with three-dimensional shapes, these here, then we're going to deal with volume and surface area. You don't waste time trying to memorize these. If you do, it'll save you some time, but it's definitely not necessary. Just have them in your notes somewhere so you can refer to them later. And that's all we need to know about geometry.